Hello and welcome. In the next half hour, we bring you stories that demonstrate once again the rich cultural traditions of our country and the men and women behind the scenes. Their stories of struggle, grit and determination that led to great success. A food bank initiative for the hungry, a maidservant who mastered an ancient folk art and has been named for the Padma Shri. Another artist who made his life a statement of the power of perseverance and much, much more. You're watching Aspirational India here on DD India and I'm Rukma with you. If you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one, said the great Saint Mother Teresa. Well, not quite on the same scale, but like her, people in the town of Koratti, down south in Kerala, are helping feed the hungry with a new initiative, setting up a massive refrigerated food stall where packed food and fruits are kept. It's a venture that has huge support from the general public, many of whom came to attend the inauguration as well as the local administration in an official capacity, monitored and kept vigil over by police as well as local volunteers. It's a project that has won wide acclaim even as it brings out the best in local residents. Koratti in South India, a small town in the news lately because of this refrigerator filled with shelves of food by the highway. Food packets available to all and for anyone who may be hungry. Members of the police, the panchayat and health department are all part of this unique venture. A place where the hungry are fed, be they school student, child, local adults or members of voluntary organizations. All can come here and eat as much as they want, whenever they want, and in turn donate any food as and when they desire. And so, with the help of a lot of benevolence, these shelves are always laden with food for the needy. The state police maintains a strict vigil over the entire enterprise. A WhatsApp group containing all details of donations and donors is maintained so that there is no leakage, and even the health department does its bit by ensuring it is clean, hygienic and meets basic quality standards. CCTV cameras have also been installed. For many who are needy, it is a source of great succor and relief.
कोरोना महामारी के दौरान भोजन संग्रह केंद्र की स्थापना लगभग 50,000 रुपए की लागत से की गई थी। मुफ्त भोजन पैकेट वितरण की ये पहल अब एक शानदार पहल बन गई है।
This particular free food stall has inspired the setting up of many more like it in the area. For example, the one in nearby village Pallapalli. Other stalls like these in villages like Chaklakudi and Annamanada are an extension of the original Koratti idea. The aim is a hunger-free state and a hunger-free street. This wondrous initiative has now completed 100 days.
हम सभी इस कार्यक्रम के लिए खाने के पैकेट दान करते हैं। हम आने वाले दिनों में और अधिक दान करने के लिए अपनी पूरी कोशिश करेंगे।
Moreover, in addition to Koratti police, who ensure the protection of the initiative from anti-social elements, there are volunteers stationed at fixed points for safety and security. While on the one hand, this food stall is setting a great example of social service, it is a major feather in the cap of the Koratti police force. Their dedication to ensure the promotion and protection of this manifestation of the kindness of the common man towards society has won them praise from far and wide. In Thrissur with Bharti Pratap, DD India. Well, truly a wonderful initiative, for as it is said, there are genuinely sufficient resources in the world to ensure that no one, nowhere, at no time should go hungry. All it needs is the right attitude. Our next report is of such an attitude that helped a young man transform his grief into a mission to save lives by ensuring they follow just one safety rule: to wear a helmet when they ride. It's a message that has cost him not just his savings, but even his home. But this Varanasi youth remains undeterred. Take a look. Varanasi, one of the oldest cities in the world, in the North Indian state of Uttar Pradesh is abuzz these days with news of a man who has dedicated himself to a friend who passed away. And while it all seems very filmy, it's true and the stuff of real life. The true story of how a friend's death transforms the life of a young man. Such is the fame he has attained that people in Varanasi now call Raghavendra the Helmet Man. As the name suggests, that is exactly what he is, distributing helmets with a strong injunction to wear them and encourage others to do so too. It all started when Raghavendra lost a dear friend in a traffic accident, and all because his friend was not wearing a helmet. The pain of the victim's family and the fact that it could all have been a very different story if only he had worn a helmet shattered Raghavendra. He gave up his job and dedicated his entire life to spreading the message of safety by wearing a helmet. As he gives out helmets in exchange of books, Raghavendra makes them vow they will never ride without this safety tool. As for the books he gets in exchange, he distributes them among poor children, doing his bit to ensure that no child goes without an education, just for lack of money. The response has been tremendous. Children came to him on their own and availed of the gift he had for them. It was an initiative that drained all his resources till a point came when he even had to sell his home. But Raghavendra has never thought of giving up and never intends to. Such is his passion for what he believes is his mission in life that he even sold his house to arrange for the funds to continue his work. Today, Raghavendra believes that once it becomes a public campaign, it can be taken up on a national level. His passion is twofold: ensure all riders wear helmets and universal literacy.
अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति मुझे सिर्फ एक तिरंगा अगर देता है तो मैं उसे एक हेलमेट दूंगा। ये इसलिए मैं दे रहा हूँ क्योंकि इस देश को आज़ादी के लिए बहुत सारे स्वतंत्रता सेनानी ने कुछ लड़ाई लड़ा और हमें इससे अंग्रेजों को यहाँ से भगा करके भारत को आज़ाद कराया। मैं पिछले 7 साल से तमाम भारत के अलग अलग राज्यों में लोगों को हेलमेट देने के वजह में पुरानी पुस्तक लिया करता हूँ ताकि हमारा भारत 100% साक्षर हो सके।
His work has not just won him fame, it is widely respected and applauded in the city.
इनका पहल बहुत ही सराहना हेलमेट मैन का, और मैं हर इंसान को से अपील करता हूं कि वो अपने घर के हर कोने से पुस्तक निकाले जो उसके काम में नहीं आता है और यहां आकर के दान दे ताकि गरीब बच्चों तक यह पुस्तक निःशुल्क पहुंच सके।
According to an estimate, nearly 1.5 lakh people die in road accidents every year. 50% of these deaths in our country occur because the victim was not wearing a helmet. In that sense, this young man's work is helping save lakhs of lives, even while ensuring that the evil of illiteracy is wiped out from our country to the greatest extent possible. In Varanasi, with Deepak Gupta, Bureau Report, DT India.
There are times when all becomes hopeless, and then suddenly fate takes a dramatic turn. While opportunity is a door, it's the individual who has to open it. For as they say, the gods only help those who help themselves. Like Dullari Devi of Madhubani in the East Indian state of Bihar, who was ravaged by misfortune till she discovered the wonder of Madhubani art.
She is a Padma Shri awardee, one of India's highest civilian honours for a woman who has battled almost insurmountable obstacles to reach where she has. With roots in one of the most backward communities of India, Dullari Devi of Madhubani in the Indian state of Bihar has emerged a victor from the margins of society. And while different problems did their utmost at different times to break her down, this gutsy lady always bounced back with greater vigor than before. Born into an impoverished family in the village of Ranti in Madhubani, North India's Bihar state, Dullari Devi was married off at the tender age of 12. A union meant for 7 lives lasted for just 7 years. And the young teenager returned home at 19 to her parents with a broken marriage and the added grief of a daughter who passed away at just 6 months behind her. Then began a new struggle for survival. With no money and no education, Dullari took up the only work she could do, that of a maid, cleaning homes and earning a pittance. There was really no other option. But fate had other plans. The broom was replaced with a paintbrush, and from the moment she began work on her first Madhubani art piece, Dullari never looked back. Such was the brilliance and beauty of her art, born of an inherent talent, that even former President APJ Abdul Kalam
बड़ा खुशी भेल जे भारत सरकार के हम धन्यवाद दै छियनि, प्रणाम करै छियनि सबके, सब देशवासी के प्रणाम करै छियनि जे कि हमरा सन के लोग के जे चुनलखिन तै लेल हम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दै छियनि।
पद्मश्री भेटलनि है, वैसे हम सब ग्रामवासी बहुत खुशी महसूस कर रहल छी और कलाकार सब जे सब छथि ओकरो सबके बहुत उत्साह भेट रहल छै। दूटा छलनि है, तेसर भ गेलनि और बहुत गरीबी झेलैत ई अपन राष्ट्रपति पुरस्कार भेटलनि, इनका पद्मश्री भेटलनि है, ऐसा हम सब बहुत उत्साह छी।
The story of Dullari Devi reads almost like a fairy tale. As a maid, fate took a turn when she began working as a cleaner in renowned Mithila artist Karthar Devi's home. Watching her employer inspired her, and Dullari began practicing at home on her own, on the walls of her humble dwelling, with wooden brushes she made herself. When the Home Ministry informed her of being chosen for the Padma Shri, she could not believe it. She will be receiving the prestigious award from the President himself in March.
10 बजे जे मंत्रालय से फोन केलखिन त कहलखिन जे अहाँ के पद्मश्री मिला त हम कहले हां लोग सब बजे छलखिन है त हमरा बड़ खुशी होया। तो कहलखिन ठीक छै जे कि अहाँ के सूचना द देलु है, अहाँ के जे मार्च में फिर बजायल जाते।
It's been a long and arduous journey, but this young lady's grit and determination has overcome all. Her paintings include scenes from the Ramayana to various aspects of Mithila culture, folk festivals, natural scenes and social issues. Dullari says she loves painting from what she sees in daily life. The government's Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign has also been a subject of her art. Truly a hero who emerged from the ashes of a life ravaged by poverty and illiteracy and hopelessness like a wondrous phoenix. In Madhubani with Pankaj Mishra, Bureau Report, DD India.
Truly, real life can take the most wondrous twists and turns, as this gutsy lady who bounced back every time life tried to crush her has shown. Rising above poverty, the death of a beloved child, a life with almost no choices, she went on to, as they say, make it. Our next report is from the beautiful hill state of Himachal Pradesh, where lives an artist who breathes life into bamboo representations of heavenly deities and animals. Meet Karthar Singh Sokhle.
Breathing life into inanimate objects through art may seem impossible, but Karthar Singh makes it easy. Artwork inside bottles, for example. And for this significant contribution, he has been named a Padma Shri awardee by the Government of India. Born and brought up in the village of Hamirpur in Himachal Pradesh, Singh is an expert craftsman in bamboo items. A passion he developed in childhood itself. Karthar continued working with bamboo in addition to doing a government job. His artwork is almost lifelike and has many patrons. His creations include a lifelike bamboo work of the heavenly couple, Lord Shiva and Parvati, and images of Lord Krishna. He has even mastered the art of creating objects like a plough and other household items inside bottles. Those who have seen his work can only marvel. Winning the award is seen by him as a tribute to art. Explaining his technique, Singh explains how the bamboo has to first be dried thoroughly. Then strands are extracted and colored through the original bamboo color, which remains. To a great extent, glue is then used to attach the various elements. Interestingly, his work has for long been recognized within the state. His creations given as gifts by the state government as mementos to guests. Karthar recalls how he made a bamboo lion in the 10th standard, which was when his passion really began.
हिमाचल गवर्नमेंट के भी मैं बहुत ही आभारी हूँ। उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोत्साहित किया और मेरे को मंच दिया उन्होंने आगे से आगे बढ़ने का। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का तो मैं हूँ जिन्होंने मुझे ये पद्मश्री से नवाजा।
At the state level too, Karthar Singh has been honored with many awards. In his past, the much celebrated artist has done much to popularize art among local youth.
युवाओं को मैंने ये बोला कि अगर ये जो इस काम को अगर एज ए हॉबी भी अपना लें, ऐसे नहीं करना है तो हॉबी भी अपना लें तो भी इसमें बहुत फ़ायदे हैं, क्योंकि उनका दिमाग जो वो गलत साइड में नहीं चलेगा और इसमें उनको फ़ायदा ये हो जाएगा कि अगर वो करते हैं इसको एज ए प्रोफेशन भी अपनाते हैं तो उनकी जो है रोज़गार जो बड़े आराम से जो अपनी रोजी रोटी जो कमा सकते हैं.
Expressing his gratitude for the recognitions he has received, Singh says that his Padma Shri is a tribute to art in general.
करतार सिंह जी ने जो एक उनके पास जो उल्लेखनीय जो कला है और जिसमें बांस के बनाए हुए अनेक प्रकार के मॉडल इत्यादि बनाते हैं और दूसरा बंद बोतल में कई प्रकार की कलाकृतियां बनाना, और उसके लिए करतार सिंह जी को जो पद्मश्री से सम्मानित किया गया है उससे पूरा हिमाचल प्रदेश सम्मानित हुआ है, हमीरपुर जिला सम्मानित हुआ है और इस कला को पुनर्जीवित उन्होंने किया है, तो इसलिए उनको बहुत बहुत बधाई.
Ever since the announcement of the Padma Shri award, congratulations have been pouring in from all directions, even from State Chief Minister Jairam Thakur and various other state ministers. Chief Minister Thakur says it is an award that celebrates the artistic talent of the entire state. From Hamirpur, Sushil Sharma's report for DD India.
As master footballer Pele has said, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. People like Karthar Singh have proved it with their lives. We now bring you a story from India's own paradise on earth, Kashmir. Once in the news for all the wrong reasons, Kashmir is changing. Stories of development and growth abound as the government at the centre spurs the state machinery on. Major strides forward in manufacturing, vocal for local and self-reliance are being heard everywhere. Here's one of them.
Kashmir, a paradise on earth, and this little village supplies 90% of pencils to the country, giving it the tag of the Pencil Village, a tag that could soon become official. So far, this village would send out pencil slates to make the final pencil. All that is set to change, however. As part of a changing Kashmir, it will soon be the finished product that will be transported out, as soon as the village acquires the credentials of a special economic zone.
हमारा ईयरली इसका रेवेन्यू आ रहा है 107 करोड़ और कभी कभार आज से 2 साल पहले 120 to 125 पर तक भी गया, लेकिन इस साल तो हमारा रेवेन्यू था 107 करोड़ जो इसमें, और बहुत सारे लोग इसमें जुड़े हुए हैं. ऑलमोस्ट 400 जो सोल्स हैं इसमें इन्वॉल्व है जिनका तकरीबन साल का यहाँ से कमाई हो रही है.
In this age of vocal for local, the whole product will now begin manufacture here in this very village. Spurred on by the central government, state officials are speeding up the process for this to happen. The village of Akyu will soon acquire the status of Pencil Village. Not only will local residents get subsidies to invest in businesses, they will be given many opportunities to participate in its various aspects. Many such villages are set to manufacture and export their products all across the new Kashmir.
ऑलमोस्ट 70% जो यहाँ रॉ मटेरियल वो यहाँ ही से पुलवामा डिस्ट्रिक्ट से जाता है। 70% जो भी कोई पहले बार जिसके हाथ में पेंसिल थमाया जाता है उसमें योगदान पुलवामा का है, उसमें कोई शक नहीं।
Akyu village has always been known for its pencils. In the 60s, it was the wood of the deodar tree that was used, but the environmental fallout was immense. In view of this, deodars was substituted with poplar trees. Only 10% of the wood needed is imported here from Kerala. The majority, 90%, is local. From woodworks to cricket bats, Kashmir is famous for many products across the world. What is needed now are the right markets and self-reliance in production. And the present Modi government is doing its utmost to ensure just that. With bureau inputs, Ashok Srivastav's report for DD India.
And so, Akyu village in Kashmir will soon become another success story of development and opportunity. Our final presentation is of a young woman who by her own choice opted for a career that is almost exclusively male, crediting her family's support for her success. This young woman says that there are no male bastions any longer, and if women want to succeed and become independent, they should go off for offbeat careers, as job security is a thing of the past.
Women are storming almost every male bastion in India today. Professions they were once covertly out of bounds are no longer so. As women proliferate almost every field once considered exclusively male. Going beyond walking shoulder to shoulder, many have moved ahead, excelling in their chosen careers, refusing to accept limitations set by others, and giving new expression to the term Atmanirbhar Bharat. Meet Shivani Bhople, a classic example of the non-stereotype from the western Indian state of Maharashtra's Kolhapur district, storming an almost exclusive male bastion as she selected a career that did raise many eyebrows initially. While acquiring a technical education in the many institutes set up for the purpose is nothing new, even for girls, Shivani Bhople, who is all of 19, has no such qualification in what she does for a living. And although she does it with great expertise, it is all the result of an innate passion to do something special and different in her life. Shivani set out to become a motor mechanic. Without any technical training, she has done remarkably well, learning most of the skills along the way.
मैं यहाँ गैरेज में ऑयल बदली, जनरल चेकअप, कार्बोरेटर चेक करना, फिल्टर चेक करना, स्पीडोमीटर चेक करना और अलग से काम कर मुझे बहुत खुशी मिलती है। मैं जैसे आत्मनिर्भर बन गई, उन सभी लड़कियों में आत्मनिर्भर बनना चाहिए।
इंटर्नशिप के हिसाब से वो यहाँ पे काम कर रही है, मैं उसके काम को देख के भी बहुत खुश हुआ हूँ। जहाँ तक मेरे हिसाब से वो लड़की का काम है ऑयल चेंज करना या कोई भी इंटरनल गाड़ी का काम करना, वो एकदम प्रॉपर करती है।
After her 10th standard results, Shivani admitted herself into a course in Industrial Training Center, the only girl among 30 boys. In 6 months, she qualified as an apprentice and is now a respected professional mechanic. She says her family has always given her full support in her career, something she feels has helped her succeed.
10वीं कक्षा पूरे होने के बाद ITI में एडमिशन लिया। ITI में मुझे मैकेनिकल कोर्स मिला था। हमारा कोर्स 2 साल का हुआ था और हमारे गैंग में 30 लड़के थे और मैं अकेली लड़की थी। मुझे कुछ से अलग सीखना था। हमारा ट्रेनिंग पूरे होने के बाद मैं ट्रेनिंग के लिए मसाई होंडा सर्विस में जा रही थी। ट्रेनिंग पूरे होने के बाद उन लोगों ने मुझे जॉब की ऑफर दी।
मैकेनिकल फील्ड में काम करना या फिर करियर करना ये खाली लड़के ही कर सकते हैं या लड़कियां यहाँ इस काम में नहीं कर सकते। ये जो हमारे समाज में जो गलतफहमी थी, इस गलतफहमी को दूर करने का काम हमारे कोल्हापुर के शिवानी भोपले ने कर दिया है।
Shivani's belief is that more and more women should come forward and acquire technical know-how that will enable self-reliance. She says there are no longer any more exclusive male professions, And while she admits that there are hurdles, they should be seen as challenges and not as insurmountable roadblocks. Shashi Gajwani and Ruhi Malik's report from Maharashtra for DD India.
Many languages, many lives and stories, each with a unique twist that makes them all so special. Shining through it all are the individuals, men and women slammed by misfortune in many guises, but triumphant with a steady, shining spirit. That's all we have for you in this edition of Aspirational India. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.